on the tail of Gunnar. As he's looking to make an off-take already. Down the inside he goes.
Is he gonna go?
He's gonna do it!
Oh, with Hackett now up into P9. Down the inside he goes. Another aggressive move on the other Mercedes driver. Is he going to make a mistake? Doesn't look like.
Closing. Problem is, if he goes.
Oh, that's nice for Broad Adam, moving up to P7.
As he's currently looking to gain about 3 or 4 points. Oh, and is Nelboy going to go for it down the inside of Waza? Seems like he is, and he makes up that position. Beautiful overtake by Nelboy.
12 races, multiple divisions, 20 drivers.
All that sound good? Then why not join us now ahead of the new season? The link to our Discord will be in the description, and we hope to see you on track with us.
Delta T Racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DTR. We are here for Division 1, Round 9. It is the Hungary, and it is the all compounds race for this season, meaning all drivers have to race all of the dry compounds, the soft, medium, and the hard compounds. So, it all comes down to strategy, based on how long you feel each tyre can go, and in what order you take them. We do have a few cars out on the track right now, so we will go on board with Evan while we have a quick look at the drivers. So we have ERT Lynx making a fair gap between himself and Brandon in second. A gap of 54 points at this moment in time. Both drivers are here tonight and racing. Grelis is not racing tonight, but Mbeni is. So, it's going to be a fight between the top 4, even though Mbeni's going to have to really put in the best performances and get the wins if he wants to catch up. I will also add, there are no jokers to be played today because it is an all-compound race. So, let us go on board with Evan on his first flying lap, getting up to 190 plus miles an hour before hitting the brakes, turning into turn 1, going into the DRS zone through turn 2, and then braking hard for turn 3. It's awkward corner. The curb on the inside you do not want to touch. Turn 5 here is very quick, but you do not want to take too much of the curb. It seems Evan was very, very wary of the curb on the inside. He didn't even go near it. Rather neatly through the chicane, a little bit of a wiggle on the exit. Now this corner is a bit of a nightmare. If you don't get that right, you lose so much time through this corner. Oh, I remember this part of the track from last season with Ralph. Thanks, Ralph. But yes, through the final corner, what is his provisional time going to be? It is a 16.6. And ERT Lynx blows that out of the water with a 15.4. As we have Hayward is the next one to come across the line to set a time. Running the chrome McLaren livery still. 17.4 for Hayward. That was not the most representative lap from the McLaren driver. Havoc Connor seems to have invalidated at some point. There are yellow flags for people letting others pass. There is a Ferrari on an outlap. That is Cabolis. Mbeni has invalidated. Meanwhile, Bogorovsky ahead of him is still going and is on his flyer. Let's see how the older version of Verstappen does. Barry Verstappen. And he goes third with a 16.8. We have Brandon, we have Bolus, who is first. It will be... My brain is lost. It's Brandon, but I think Connor is just behind him. Poop Cannon's out in front of him. So let's see what Connor can do. A 1:18.6. He's not going to be best pleased with that. He knows that he can do better around here. Brandon bringing it around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. Takes a much wider line than Haywood did and puts it 0.3 ahead of him. We have... That's Bog going around. I believe that is... Yep, that's Gunnar coming through the final sector now. Where can he put his Ferrari this weekend? Hopefully not into a wall, because apart from the start-finish straight, they're quite far away from you. As this is the Monaco without walls. A 19.5. He's not going to be pleased. He's usually a much faster driver than that. And Miyagi puts himself into second place with a 16.1. Who is that behind? That is Poop Cannon with a 16.558. Not a bad lap from the Haas driver there. And it seems Havoc Connor is still going. Maybe he doesn't want to use the set of softs that he could be using in the race. There's Haywood. Let's see. Is there anyone out there who is on a genuine outlap? Oh. Let's have a look. Is Gunnar going again? Gunnar is going again. He's going for a faster lap this time. There we go. A 16.8 for Gunnar. He's going to be a little more pleased with that. As we've got Benny and the Aston Martin coming out as well. I wonder, is Lynx even going to bother coming out for a second or third run? So let's go on board with Haywood as he goes around the Hungary ring here. Let's see how he does on this lap. Very neat and tidy, keeps it away from the grey curb on the inside. The grey curbs around this circuit you do not want to touch them. He gets himself a purple sector 1. He is absolutely going balls to the wall on this lap here. Chicane was a little bit slow, but oh, very close to an invalidation there. And again through that corner as well. Neatly through the penultimate corner into the final corner. Bit of a wide entry, doesn't hit the apex. but goes faster. He should be relatively pleased with that. Let's see. I believe it is Benny who is the next driver to come across to set a time. That is a purple sector 2. Neatly through the corner there, as we can see Haywood going through turn 3 behind. Where does this put Benny? He goes up to 5th with a 16.6. We also have Benny Bruno, who has yet to set a time. I don't feel that's representative of Benny Bruno, to be honest. Is he going to go again? And why is Andre just sat in the pits? So we have Kavolis, who is going to be the next driver, setting a flyer. Oh, I was wrong. That was Brandon, putting himself up into 4th place with a 16.4. I do apologise, Brandon. I completely missed that you were out on a flying lap. This is a very awkward corner. It's uphill, it's tight, but then it widens again, and it's a difficult one to get absolutely perfect. As he comes through the S's in Sector 2. Through the tricky right-hander. Let's see. He didn't get a purple time, but he might be going faster than previously. Through the penultimate corner nice and cleanly. A rather tight line around the final corner. And he jumps M. Benny with a 16.676. So the only other drivers out there at the moment are Havoc Connor, who I think is just out having fun. I don't believe he's come back into the pits as of yet. And we've got Evan as well. Absolutely throwing it through turn 5. That can be suicide if you don't know what you're doing. That curve on the inside will throw you all over the show. Let's see what Evan's delta split is. He's up by 700ths. So he's got a personal best in Sector 2. Is it going to be enough elsewhere for him to push forward? And he lost all of the time in the final sector, unfortunately, only up by 8 thousandths of a second. So, who is out first? That is Haywood. Then we have Miyagi, followed by Evan, and Andre is finally out on the track. But I believe our first driver to go around and complete a lap will be Poop Cannon. Hello, Andre. Stop being in the chat and racing at the same time. It's bad form. So let's see what Poop Cannon can do. Nice and neat through turn 1. No sense of understeer or oversteer. A little bit of understeer through 3 though. He washed wide a little there. Let's see how he takes turn 5. Cuts the curb impressively, to be brutally honest. Oh, he washed a little wide through there. How does he take the chicane? Awful. Hits the sausage curb pretty hard, but doesn't seem to have slowed him any. He might have lost maybe a tenth on his time there. Let's see what the Delta split says. He's up by 2.5 tenths. So it should put him into P2, but that's because no one can beat Lynx, because Lynx is meant to be in a completely different division. One that doesn't exist yet. And there is Poop Cannon going up to second with a 16 dead. Let's see who is next around. It would be Haywood. Is he going to be able to respond and get himself into the 16s? Yes, there we go. 16-8 for Haywood. Now we have Miyagi coming round the final corner. And he doesn't improve on that lap. Andre comes through, puts himself into 11th with 17 dead. We've got Havoc Connor coming round for a hot lap. We've also got Benny Buno finishing a flying lap here. Everyone is now out on track, and that might be unfortunate for Lynx if he's trying to go much faster. He has got a Ferrari of Cavolis and I believe a Haas of Havoc Connor in front of him. I know, Johnny, it's such a shock to see Lynx at the top of the leaderboard. It's almost like it never happens. But to be fair to him, this is one hell of a drive. He knows how to be quick over a single lap. He knows how to be quick over a full distance race. Oh, and he invalidates. That's the first kink in the armour that we have seen from ERT Lynx in a few weeks, I believe. A 15.3. He would have gone faster. He probably would have been quicker than that if the invalidation didn't happen, because he would have been pushing the final sector. That's unfortunate for Lynx, but he's still 6 tenths ahead of everyone else. Let us see. We have Barry Bogorovsky coming round the final corner. Where is he going to put himself? Up to 5th with a 16.6. We have Haas going into the pit lane. Then we have Benny Buno and Evan coming around the final corner. Just Benny Buno. Evan goes into the pits. And Benny Buno sticks with a 17.482. Where does Benny go? He goes up to 4th with a 16.2. He will be very pleased with that. I know how annoyed he was yesterday when doing time trial. Guna puts himself up into 4th with a 16.203. We have Lynx coming round again. He invalidated that lap as well. Let's see. We have Cavolis coming into the pits. And Havoc Connor coming round the final corner. Is he going to improve? He does improve, but not enough. But at least you tried, Con. Oh, Johnny, what we do nowadays is we have ERT links in first place, but then we have the real first place starting from second and going down, you know. Until Lynx gets caught out by traffic and that in the... So there you have it. That is your lineup for this all compounds race. Lynx takes pole position, Poop Cannon in second, and Miyagi in third. Guna and Benny take fourth and fifth. Brandon, Bog, Evan, Cavolis, and Hayward round out your top 10. Andre, Benny Bruno, and Havoc Connor are 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively. Oh no, it's not a bad time. I just know Connor knows he can be fast around here. Now the drivers are setting up their strategy for the race. Since you are here, Johnny, what do you reckon? We know Lynx is likely to win unless he makes a massive mistake somewhere down the line. But what's your prediction on a podium? Let's have a sip of my drink. I do enjoy racing the Hungary. Just turn 5 I hate. It's the worst corner on the track, probably in Europe. But that's not why I asked you, Johnny. I asked who's going to be on the podium. You've only given me one name to be on the podium. Guna and Benny drive well too, isn't them being on the podium. If only the chat showed up in the videos when this live finishes. The question is, what are people going to start the race on? Are they going to do the soft, medium to hard? Let's have a look at the details. Yep, everyone is starting on the softs, apart from Cavolis and Andre. Now, we know that Cavolis and Andre have been the outliers when it comes to strategy throughout the season. They always go for something alternative. Usually Havoc Connor does the same. But ignore the possible race strategies, please. But yeah, I agree with Johnny in the chat. It's got to be soft. Get him out of the way. Andre, yeah, he's probably going to do it backwards. Either that or he's going to do a relatively long hard stint. A 2-3 lap soft stint and then do the medium so he has some speed against the hard tyres at the end. But then again, it all depends on safety cars, which there likely will be a few. Let's have a look at the people who have chosen to go on to something different. As you can see, there is Andre on the hard tyres and Cavolis not matching his tyres with his car. He's matching them with his helmet. As we have the last of the cars coming round to line up into their grid boxes. Gunnar has disqualified himself by missing his box. Connor has done the same. Now give me a proper camera. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Let's see who gets the better start here. Gunnar off to a flyer, getting past Miyagi. And Poop Cannon fighting Lynx into turn 1. And Poop Cannon makes the makes the move in the first corner. I am so sorry. That's a bad time to get a cough. Lynx trying to hang it around the outside. Oh my word, he's on the grass. There's the chink in the armour we were talking about. Is Gunnar going to be able to get past him? No, he stays behind. But this is the first time we've seen Lynx make a mistake like that on the first lap. But of course, we see Andre has dropped all the way to the back. And Kavolis has almost done the same as well. Poop Cannon's absolutely flying. He's almost broken. He has broken the DRS to Lynx through that sector, but Lynx has clawed it back. So Lynx is set up for the corners, it looks, and Poop Cannon seems to be set up for the straights. Will there be many passes behind? We've got Benny Bruno right on the back of Jay Haywood. I have noticed at this track most of the camera angles are quite low down. Makes it difficult to commentate on positions. But Lynx has caught back up to Poop Cannon. He is absolutely flying right now. He is not going to let this go. He knows that he needs to be in that DRS zone if he's going to do any damage during this race. My word, he's sliding everywhere on the rear now. He's struggling through the middle sector. And that might have been a warning for him as well, as Benny is right up behind Goon. No doubt screaming at him to get out of the way. The real question is, who is going to pit first? Who is going to blink? Because I know I would be pitting at the end of this lap off of the softs. I would get them done out of the way and then do a standard strategy, as Benny has now got himself past Gunnar with the help of the DRS. But now he's got a second and a half to make up to the back of Poop Cannon, as Poop Cannon has dropped behind Lynx in the DRS. Oh my word! And that is Gunnar round. And he had to wait for everyone to go past. That's unfortunate for Gunnar. He is going to be very upset. I can imagine him screaming in the VC at this moment in time. But that does promote Benny to third, Miyagi and everyone else behind up one position. But there was no safety car, surprisingly. Let's see. We have Bog right on the back of his teammates. Is he going to make a move? It looks like Haywood might be a bit of a bottleneck, and we've got Poop Cannon in the pits along with Haywood. So the Haas and the McLaren have bit the bullet early, as Bog and Evan both make their way past Kavolis on the medium tyres. So it looks like Poop Cannon and Haywood are on the same strategy here tonight. And he's doing what he can to keep Miyagi behind, but he does need to try and close up that 3-second gap ahead of him. If he wants the DRS, he needs to close it by 2 seconds. Meanwhile, Brandon is inadvertently helping Benny a little bit by putting Miyagi under pressure. Sadly, it seems no one's going into my favourite overtaking place. They're all doing it under DRS, unfortunately, as Brandon comes on into the pits along with Benny. So, Lynx is stretching his soft tyre run. I bet he reckons he can go faster on the softs for longer and still get away with pitting after the fact. So, we have got Benny, Evan, Brandon and Connor all into the pit. Connor has gone onto the hard tyres, so he is doing a soft, hard, medium tonight. We'll stick with Kavolis because this is the closest battle right now. It is between Kavolis and the league owner, Barry Bogrovsky. Will he be able to make the pass? The softs will be starting to be giving Bog less traction, less feeling as he goes round these corners now. Question is, will the front four now pit? Lynx is going for another lap. Meanwhile, it looks like Bog is in the pits, yes. So the only drivers on the soft tyres still that have not pitted are 7 seconds apart. We've got Lynx in first, Benny in second, Kavolis in third, but he started on the mediums. And then Andre in fifth, who started on the hards. Yeah, I know, Grelis, it's amazing, isn't it? But he might be... oh my word, Kavolis, that was very wide. Let's see. Evan is the closest battle right now for P8 with Hayward. I don't know. Brandon has done well so far in this race. He's kept himself out of trouble. He's pitted when he's needed to. And he's now on the push to try and catch the back of Benny. Well, Grelis, you should have been here. You should have raced. Then he wouldn't have got away. As both Lynx and Benny Buno, Grelis' teammate, are now in the pits for the first time this evening. Where is this going to drop them to? Yep, there it is. Hoop Cannon and Benny have undercut Lynx by going 2 and 3 laps later. Or earlier, sorry. But Lynx is in an advantageous position. He's come out in 5th place on brand new fresh mediums. So he is going to be absolutely flying at this stage in the race. Meanwhile, Kavolis out front hasn't pulled the gap that he would have hoped. Oh my word. Lynx has a 3-second time penalty. Has this happened in the recent races? Has he got penalties recently and still won the race? I'm pretty sure I've seen him get a penalty at least once, and I believe he still won the race by a clear 5 seconds or so. Grelis, you are not to call Lynx a muppet. Just because he's a better driver than you doesn't mean you can be me. No, that's what I thought. He doesn't normally get penalties, but he is making his way through the field right now, getting himself past Benny on the fresher mediums, and getting a purple sector 1 while doing it too. Well, you never know, Grelis. He might get enough penalties to get disqualified. Who knows? Oh, there is a Connor around at turn 6. That's unfortunate for the Division 3 reserve driver. Lynx is right up behind Poop Cannon at this moment in time. And he makes it nice and easy. So your net leader is Lynx. Kavolis still has to pit. I mean, Grelis, not everyone can be Havoc Connor. Or Piney Penguin, for that matter. But we are now going to see Lynx drop this 4.5 second gap to Kavolis right down to absolutely nothing, because Lynx has already created a 2-second gap behind him. Like, this guy needs a new tier. We need a new division in DTR for racers like him. Yeah, that's correct, Grelis. Piney offside Penguin, that's the one. And Lynx gets past Kavolis while Kavolis is in the pits. I don't think Kavolis has taken the right strategy, although he is now going on to the hards. So that means he is going to be extremely quick at the end of the race, where Andre is now doing his quick stint in the middle of the race. Let's see, yes. So this is the closest battle at the moment. Give me the helicopter cam. Are you afraid that there are flight laws in Hungary right now? Is that why you're not giving me the helicopter cam? He knows. Yeah, Kavolis knows. He's done 9 laps on the mediums. He's now doing the hards, and he'll do the softs at the end, when his car is lighter and he can run the softs for a couple of laps longer. And Connor gets himself a 3-second penalty. He's not enjoying Hungary this year by the look of things. And we missed that pass by Brandon because shit camera angles. I apologise for my language, but shit camera angles. Oh, there's a cluster truck going on back here between Haywood, Buno and Bogorovsky. Benny Buno is fighting for his life right now. See, Grelis, the more you tell Brandon to crash, the less likely he is going to crash. So we have Bogorovsky on the ever so slightly newer tyres than Hayward. Is he going to be able to make the pass? Is he going to be close enough on the start-finish straight for the DRS? As Poop Cannon is done with his medium stint. He has come into the pits and he's going to be going onto the hard tyres. Late on the brakes, Bogorovsky up the inside. Parked it on the apex, and that was a wonderful move from Bogorovsky. And Lynx has made another mistake. He does not like Hungary by the look of things. Let's have a look at the penalties. So, he obviously feels sorry for Havoc Connor, and has got 6 seconds of pens in solidarity. And Hayward's got himself 10 seconds for speeding in the pits because, you know, why not? Let's see, what is the closest? It is Cavolis on the back of Hayward. I say on the back of, he's just swept around him. Jeez. And on the hard tyres as well. Yeah, just think, Grelis, you would have been right between him and Benny at this moment in time. And you've thrown it away because, you know, the word couldn't fell out of your mouth. We have Miyagi catching up to the back of Brandon, which Grelis will be very pleased to see. But only if Miyagi can either get past Brandon or put him in a wall. I apologise for my sighing, Division 1. Plain J5 Gaming, also known as Johnny Harris on YouTube. He's doing dad puns in the chat, and it's just painful to read. As Hayward gets himself a 3-second for track limits. So he's going to have to sit in the pit box at his next pit stop for 10 seconds, and he will still have 3 seconds of penalties. Is Miyagi going to be able to make the move on Brandon this time around? Brandon does not put up a fight, he just lets him go. It's too late, Johnny. If anyone comes into the chat now, they'll see your full name anyway. Just be glad I didn't give your middle name away, your Andrew middle name. Sorry, your Piney middle name. Yeah. As we have got Bogorovsky trying to catch up to the back of Cavolis. Is this the man you speak of, Grelis? Havoc Honor. Oh my word, I'm glad I was watching that, because we can give him a word about that later on. That was almost into the wall. Meanwhile, Lynx has got himself 9 seconds of gap behind. Let's see. He is on 6, so Benny needs to catch up by 3 seconds. Oh, he's got wing damage, did he? Let's see. That he does. He's missing his left end plate. Well, he's a plonker for doing it on his hard stint. Yeah, true. No one does watch this outside of DTR except for when I share it with everyone. Then again, I don't share Division 1 because it's my voice and I hate my voice. Meanwhile, we've got Miyagi catching up to the back of Benny right now. The Aston Martin is starting to struggle on his 10-lap-old mediums. This is a very rough surface for these tyres. There's a lot of corners, there's a lot of braking, a lot of traction. Of course, I am talking to Johnny, who is Havoc Connor's teammate in Division 3. And he's saying that he can get all of this out now instead of doing it tomorrow in Division 3. And we have Poop Cannon making the move into turn 1 on Jay Hayward. Hayward is on the last legs of his medium tyres, I would say, having done 12 laps on them. And Connor's picked up yet another 3-second time penalty. That is 12 seconds. You have now doubled Lynx. Lynx was trying to do it in solidarity, Connor, as Brandon has now picked up a penalty. What is everyone doing? Meanwhile, we have got Cavolis near enough pushing Benny Buno through the penultimate corner there. Although Benny Buno does have the DRS. Does Cavolis have the ERS to push for the move? The answer to that is no. Evans holding strong at the moment. Oh, it looks like, yep, Cavolis is on the inside. Oh, sticks his nose in and gets the move done. Much respect to Benny Buno for not just clattering him into the wall on the inside there. Clean racing from both, a little bit cheeky from Cavolis. But he is on 7-lap-old hard tyres. He is now in the working window for these tyres and is probably looking to push as hard as he can until he puts on the soft tyres at the end of the race. As we have Andre chasing down Bogorovsky. Not something you see very often. Will Andre be able to make the pass on Bog, or is Bog going to gap him? Well, both Benny Buno and Evan have come into the pits for their final pit stop, along with Benny as well, who has gone onto his hard tyres. Yep, all of those drivers currently in the pit going onto the hards. I think Andre is a little bit too far back from Bog to be able to get the pass done this lap. He needs to stick behind him, get nice and close, and get the move done. As we have Benny Buno on the back of Evan still within the second. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake this lap and gets the DRS on start-finish straight. For Grelis' sake, at least, to get Mercedes some more points. No, it's always been the way you spelt it the first time, Grellis. Or at least I believe it has. I will have to look at YouTube later on. As Connor picks up another 3 seconds. What are you doing, my boy? As Brandon is now in and out of the pits onto his hard tyres. He was undercut by M. Benny. Will this last Benny to the end of the race? Will he be able to stay ahead of Brandon? Oh, so it's Bono. Okay. It would be funny if he was Irish as well, because then it could be Bono. Benny Bono. But anyway, I digress. We've got Benny Bono on the rear of Evan right now. It is the closest battle. It is the only battle, as there are massive gaps elsewhere. Look, Grellis, he's not that quick. He's quick, I'll give him that. But not as quick as some. As Havoc Connor is now going for the world record on penalties at the Hungary ring. As M. Benny has set the fastest time of a 1:19.1. All I've got to say to you, Johnny, is out. So we also have Brandon has caught up to the back of Miyagi after Miyagi's pit stop. But this also means that Kavolis is right up behind Lynx, with Lynx on 6 seconds of penalties. Although everyone down to Miyagi still needs to pit. Except for M. Benny and Brandon. And a couple of the guys behind. Please forget what I've just said. Kavolis still needs to pit. He still needs to do his soft tyre run. Will Brandon get past Miyagi this time around? Nope, he sticks behind. And Benny Bruno, is he going to dive? No, he is not going to dive. He's playing it safe. Next driver to attempt is Guna. And because he's an Arsenal fan, he decided to have a look at going for a move and then said no. Let's go back on board with M. Benny, who has caught up with Magic Poop Cannon. Don't worry, Grellis, I forget what I say as well. Has Poop Cannon let Benny past? Or did he go deep? Yep, that's correct, Grellis. It's actually about 11 seconds. And it's growing. I do need to check something. Okay. Okay, Poop Cannon is on his final stint. Everyone's on their final stint, apart from Kavolis. It probably was, Grellis. It probably was. Let's see. So Poop Cannon has now dropped further back from Benny and will not benefit from the DRS this time around. Brandon is closing up to Miyagi though. Will Brandon be able to make Grillis cry and get a decent point on here tonight? Let's all hope so. As Lynx sets the fastest time on the hard tyres, 1:17.860. The man is an absolute menace in this division. It's no wonder he's not allowed to reserve in Division 2 or 3. As Connor has made it a point now that he's going to get all of the penalties that he can. Go on, Connor, get a speeding in the pit lane one. Make it 31 seconds. As Gunnar comes into the pits. Did he have damage? No. Soft, medium, hard for Gunnar, apparently. That's very, very strange. And now Poop Cannon is the metaphorical cork in the bottle, holding up Miyagi and Brandon. Johnny, I'm going to read out what you've just said. Imagine Lynx in Division 3. He'd be lapping all by midway. You are underestimating the man. He would be lapping you guys by lap 5. Not halfway. Lap 5. We do have to remember that the guys in Division 3 and Division 2, to be fair, are considerably slower than the guys in Division 1. And as we can see, it's kind of proven when you don't have a good race by Havoc Connor. He has been lapped by almost the entire field at this point. I believe it's just Haywood and Gunnar who have not lapped him. That is true. Hummer would last a little longer than 5 laps. I would give him up to 10 laps. Benny is closing in on Kavolis. Is he going to make the move this time with DRS? Is he going to be burning the battery? Yes, he is. Nice and clean move. Done into turn 1. Double detection zone, so 2 goes of DRS. And easy done. Brandon's still trying to get Miyagi, and he cannot seem to do it. There was a lot of time lost there for Brandon and Kavolis through the turns 5 and 6. Meanwhile, Betty Bruno kept up with Evan through there effortlessly. As Miyagi has now caught up to the back of Kavolis. Did he get the DRS? I believe so. Yes, he did. But Brandon did not. Brandon fell away that much that he did not get DRS this lap. And Miyagi did not want to risk the move. He went for it and then didn't. But now he's going up the inside, which turns to the outside. He's Yeah, don't worry, Cavolis. I'm confused too. I'm guessing that is, yep, there we go. We have got a Havoc Connor getting out of the way of the back markers, causing a yellow flag. I am surprised though. We have not had a safety car this entire time as of yet. As Andre comes into the pits to put on his soft tyres for his final run. He's going to be doing 9 laps on them. He might struggle towards the end. Now Brandon is right up behind Cavolis. Cavolis is on dying hard tyres where Brandon has 9 lap Thrasher tyres. Okay, in the chat, Grellis has said, this is Division 1, we are pros. No safety cars here. Johnny turns round. That's brought to you by Wazza. Oh, I can imagine him, like, sponsoring the safety car. Just a picture of his dumb face on the window on the side, you know. Big thumbs up. Wazza approved. You know? So we have Lynx running away with it. 16 seconds to the good. And I believe only 6 seconds of penalties. He's been a good boy, unlike Havoc Connor after getting 6 seconds. The question is Cavolis going to come into the pits? There it is. He is into the pits now. He is going to do 6 fast laps on the soft tyres. Yes, Grellis, getting wazzered is the same as getting tangled. Only the millennials will really remember that, to be honest. Mainly because the Gen Xers have lost their memory. But this is the closest battle at this moment in time. It is Benny Muno on Evan. They're on matching tyre age. And Benny Muno is just cruising in the DRS at this moment in time. I don't know if he's going to try and make a move, or, I mean, he's dropped out of the DRS pocket, as it were, and he's not going to get it. How did he manage that? Oh, Grellis, both are the same thing. Both are the same thing, but one is exclusively F1, one is F1 and FIFA. Johnny, only if you know how to read the signs. If you see the penalty come up, and then you see a bit of bodywork go flying, then you know a wazzer is coming. It really does look like Benny Bruno does not have the straight line speed to keep up with Evan. And nor does Miyagi on Benny. They keep dropping out of the DRS zone at the crucial moment when they need to be in for the detection. Like, I'm pretty sure now Miyagi and Benibuno will be... Oh my word, Magic Poop Cannon, where did you come from with that 3 seconds? Oh, there is a Ferrari round. It is Guna. That is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Connor, we're getting tired of it. Please stop. Grellis, yes. Benny has impressed me as well. Just for Benny, when he watches this back, Grellis is saying in the chat that he's been impressed by you recently. I mean, I saw he was going to be my teammate for Division 2. And I raced him at Imola and caused an incident between us. But we both agreed that it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because there was a third car involved, etc. But, yeah, he's done better in Division 1 than I thought he would. So I'm pleased for him as his teammate in Division 2. And Barry Bogorovsky has been passed by Kavolis under the DRS. That's unfortunate for the elder statesman Verstappen right there. Will Benny be able to fight back against Miyagi? Miyagi does have the younger tyres, as we see Havoc Connor getting out of the way for his second lapping. Evan is really trying, Grellis. He's trying to get within that time penalty. He's got a second and a half to make up. So, let us confirm. Everyone has done the compounds, meaning I can turn this god-awful thing off. There we go, we have a bit more space. So, where is the closest battle at this moment in time? It'll be Benny Bruno on the back of Evan again. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Lynx has got himself another second, or 3 seconds. What is this man doing? I've been saying it for most of the season, Grellis. He's 20 seconds ahead. Granted, he's now got 9 seconds of pens. But it's near enough every race that he's pulled out a gap. He needs a Division 2 himself. There needs to, like, everyone in Division 1 needs to be pushed down to Division 2. Then Division 2 get pushed down to Division 3. Then Division 3 gets pushed down to Division 4. We create a 4th division, and then Division 1 is just Lynx doing TT. That's all we need. Division E, yeah. Division Lynx. Well, I mean, Johnny, it depends on the amount of drivers we get next season. Because if we get even more than we've currently got, and can... And they're faster drivers than Division 1, then it's a case of making a 4th division, you know. News from the outside world, given by Johnny in the chat. Grimsby are leading United by 2 goals, apparently. So we are currently watching Brandon trying to catch up to the back of Benny, as Evan has dropped away from the back of Brandon now. And Benny Bruno has dropped away from the back of Evan, unfortunately. Everyone's just a little bit spread out now. It's the penultimate lap. Doesn't look like there's going to be much going on. Unless Brandon gets himself another 3-second penalty, Evan's not going to move up. What will change at the back here? Oh my word, there goes Brandon into the wall. Grelis is jumping for joy. He has got wing damage. Is he just going to complete these laps? Okay, he's not going to pit. He's just going to go round with the broken one. Grelis, you have to remember he's a little bit old, so you have to repeat yourself. Like, tell him again and again, and just mention it to him, just to make sure that he does write it down for the mods. But now, Evan is right up behind Brandon, along with Benny Bruno. Both of them, I believe, are within... They're not both within. Okay. Only the one is within, and that is Evan. Kavolis gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for, I believe he is the Lithuanian driver, and I have missed the finish because Lynx is so far bloody ahead. God damn you, Lynx. As Miyagi is coming round the final corner here. In second place, great race from Miyagi. Well done. Then we have M. Benny in third place. That is your podium. Then we have Brandon closely followed by Evan, who is going to jump him. There we go. And then Benny, Bruno, and that was Guna behind him. Magic Poop Cannon coming home in 7th. Kavolis in 8th. Barry Bogrovsky in 9th. A jump in time back to Havoc Connor, crosses the line in 13th. And Hayward being the final driver to cross the line, but it will be in 10th position. So there you have it, folks. Yet another surprising win from ERT Lynx. I wonder if he enjoys just destroying Grelis' hopes and dreams. But well done to the podium sitters. Well done to everyone for finishing the race. Havoc Connor, well done for not quitting. I know how frustrating that is. Well done for finishing the race. And yeah, thank you everyone for being in the chat. Thank you for watching. Let's have a look-see here. So, race winner Lynx, fastest lap Lynx. Driver of the day is Kavolis, along with most overtakes. Cleanest driver was Miyagi in 2nd. So, there you go. Let's there is your final grid order. No doubt Connor is grabbing the screenshots for it now. And just to prove everyone did do their allotted... My word, Guna. What the hell were you doing at the end? That isn't a Ferrari strike, that is an Arsenal substitution bench. But, I digress. So, thank you very much for watching this evening. Thank you for being here. This has been DTR. We will be back again for Division 1 next Wednesday, 8 PM GMT. Tomorrow night, Thursday, 8 PM GMT, we have both Divisions 2 and 3 streaming on the channel. You will get to choose which one you want to watch if you are not participating. So, thank you everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Good night.